You're listening to the sound of the 80s with the Old School Movements podcast.
It's the Old School Movements podcast, guys. How are you all doing?
Good. We're back in full effect.
Yeah, we are back. Leroy, how you been, Leroy?
Yeah, I've been lonely, man. I've been lonely.
So lonely.
Yeah, my brothers. Yeah. It's like, you know, when you're looking out the window for your brothers to come back.
To come and knock on the door and ask if you want to come out and play.
Yeah, and they're taking all day.
Taking all day. You know them times.
All day.
We had 2 days of summer and we had to enjoy the summer, man. That's it for us.
Exactly.
Now. We're back.
Exactly.
And now my brothers are back now. We're back. Full effect.
Stacks, how you doing, man?
Mate, I'm
Sleeping
good.
already?
Mate, I've had a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Lots of new music coming in. Lots of good stuff.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. Guys, make sure you check out Stacks and Music. Stacks, where can they find your tunes, man? Where can they listen to your music?
They can find me on Instagram.
He's got stage right now. He's got a plug and he's pausing.
He's got some bits on SoundCloud. There's a good few tracks on there. Some good tracks on SoundCloud. Actually.
You've been stalking my SoundCloud, Chris.
No, Chris is promoting you. That's what he's doing.
That's what he's trying to do. But you're like being very, very, cloak and dagger.
I was going through it thinking, what tracks can we use for videos? Yeah, this one sounds good. This one sounds good.
Yeah, you can find me on SoundCloud under ST4X or Stacks as they like to say. And Instagram ST4X_.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got a few bits.
Oscar is talented. He is talented, believe it or not. He just doesn't moan and groan. Only he is talented. He does have some dexterity.
Yeah, I try.
Chris, you're looking rather smart, man. How's your day been? Where you been, man? Getting loans out of banks.
I was at the office today, mate. So yeah, I've had to actually put a shirt on for a change, and running on sort of time tonight, which makes a change.
Yeah,
you're looking very stylish with them glasses. What glasses are they, man? Are they Ferrari aviator glasses?
They're George Hamilton
They're
glasses.
like the serial killer style.
Nah, they make him look like George Hamilton even more.
I hate wearing them, mate. I hate wearing them. They're them. What is it? Varifocal, so I can see sort of about 3 foot away, and I can see right in front of me. So I have to wear them when I'm.
You just got to get used to the split. You got to get used.
Yeah.
I've got varifocal. You've got to get used.
Once you get used,
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle is good. Yeah, for that's telly. Somewhere in the middle, I can watch telly.
Yeah.
I'll just squint and move things further away.
That's how I was. The squints hurt, man. They hurt my head after ages of doing it.
You can't be doing it all the time.
You've got to go
you told me
opticians.
that you're going to get glasses. So.
No, I didn't tell you I was going to get glasses. I said I couldn't see.
Subliminally, that's telling me, Darren, tell me to go to the optician.
I don't. You know what?
When you start clipping them wing mirrors, mate, on the motor, that's when you think, shit, yeah, I need to go get some glasses.
Haven't done that yet. So see, my long distance is fine. I've got wicked. It's just stuff close up.
Yeah. Like looking at your phone's a nightmare. Like that's how I noticed. I was like, wow, I'm having to increase text size. Like this is what old people do. Shit, I'm old.
And having to take pictures of stuff and zoom in.
Yeah.
Who can still read ingredients on the back of food?
No, that's gone.
It's done.
That's gone.
It's done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's guesswork. If you ain't got your glasses, that's guesswork.
You know how much we took that for granted when we were little. We could just.
Yeah.
And you remember when elders gave you a packet or something to look at?
For me, yeah.
Yeah, and you was like, what the hell?
Yeah, can't you read it yourself?
Yeah.
Now we know.
Hey, we're feeling it now, man. Are you guys feeling it too? This is the Old School Movements podcast, and you must be feeling what we're feeling because we are old. All are old up in here.
Hips are going.
Okay,
knees are going.
My back is giving me mad grief. That sciatica thing is not nice at all, bruv. Oh God.
Okay, we'll leave the doctor stuff for another show. Stacks is going through all it. Stacks got eyes, sciatica, everything.
This is what I'm saying. This is an episode of Dad's Army, isn't it?
OAP episode.
Who do you think you were kidding, Mr. Hitler?
Quincy. Casualty.
In a few years' time, mate, we'll be doing verses of which Zimmer frame is better than this one and which bloody...
Exactly.
Have you seen the wheels on this Zimmer frame, though, blood?
Which bedpan is better?
Yeah, which one's more comfortable? Which one you don't miss? Shit.
Anyway, electric blankets or fur on your bed. I don't know.
An electric blanket
is an old people.
It's an old
it's an old people's thing.
Might have to invest in one though, because electric blanket's actually kind of nice. That's a story for another time.
Okay, let's get into what we're going to talk about in this podcast. Sorry, guys. No, not sorry. It's like we're old. So,
we went on an old one.
An old tangent. What was he talking about again? Why are we here?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are the people on this screen? Okay, so we're back with the verses. With the last verses we did was sports.
Yeah, we got some more of them coming.
So this time we're gonna stay in that realm, but in this verses now we're gonna talk about different things from the 80s. So it's like we're gonna hit the best 80s duos of the 80s, and it's not just a duo of a band or a comedian. It's everything you could think of that comes in twos.
Anything that comes in twos, yeah.
So we're gonna pit 10 against each other. Anything that comes in twos, that versus that. You know how it goes, guys. What do you think's the best? Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm up for that.
Stacks, are you awake?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Do you need an hearing aid now as well?
No, my hearing is the only perfect thing that I have.
I feel like I'm on an 80s game show.
You got to go out the room, Leroy, while we chat, and then we bring you back in again.
Yeah, we got to bring you back in, Leroy. Just keep your headphones on. Yeah,
It's like Mr. and Mrs.
You remember that show?
It's a big show, man. I love that show.
That was a big show, you know.
That was a big show, man. Mr. and Mrs.
Remember in those days, I was only interested in those shows if a celebrity was on it. Remember celebrities in those days were celebrities. Una Stubbs or something. You know. But, okay, you ready? Okay,
you ready. I've come back.
Our first verses.
What duo genre?
Our first verse of duos, yeah. We're gonna go on chocolate bars, all right?
Confectionery duos.
Confectionery duos. So this particular one, if you guys ever saw the feature we had where we went to Funky Dory last year and we asked a couple of people about the two which way they prefer. We never asked between ourselves what we thought. So that's what we're going to kick off with. And it's chocolate bars. So, you know, they come in twos. These ones come in twos. I ain't had these in ages. So the first one is Twix versus Drifter. So guys, I haven't had any of these bars for a while. What are you guys saying?
One ain't about, I don't think, anymore, is it?
Yeah, no, you can still get them. You can still get
drifters.
They're hard to find, man.
They are hard to find.
I went through a phase.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm still a chocoholic, and Twix is one of those bars I buy to kick off, you know, because I have to buy them in twos.
To start the day.
Yeah, to start, and then I might go on to a Snickers.
I thought you were saying you're going to eat into fight. When you say to kick off, like that's your energy.
Hold on a minute, wait.
Eat a Twix and then, who wants some?
Yeah, who wants some?
Who's eating this Twix?
Snaps in half with his head. Yeah, I did.
Isn't it? I thought it was Yorkie supposed to do that for you.
Out. Okay, no.
Or even using to fight with. The name comes from twin sticks. That's where they got the names.
Right.
Twix. You know, like the two kung fu sticks.
Yeah.
Little versions.
Nunchucks.
Tonfas or something. Yeah. Twix. But isn't there new flavours now, isn't there? There's salted caramel.
Yeah. They've made it.
US has always had loads of flavours. We didn't have any till only in the last 10 years or recently, I'd say. I know 10 years is not recent, but to me it is.
Yeah, they did start to like experiment. Yeah, so they did have a few. But although I loved the Drifter, secondary school days I was more Drifter. Yeah, I was more Drifter. I really loved the Drifter.
A Drifter is a lot sweeter than a Twix. I know they're both sweet, but a Drifter
and tougher as well.
The caramel was a bit more chewy.
In the winter, Twixes weren't good. In the winter, like buy a Twix in like May, it's all right.
Funny you should say that, because in the winter, a Twix isn't bad, but a Drifter is a nightmare in the winter.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking
they'll break your flipping teeth.
It's true.
Yeah.
In the right temperature, I prefer the Drifter.
Yeah, exactly. Right temperature. But do you remember when shops used to do this? Didn't care about kids in the summer. Remember when chocolate, they used to let them melt. Remember they used to be on display.
Donuts, man.
Melted.
Oh my God.
Like, why would you display chocolate melted?
Let's put them in the fridge, man, and done. But
you remember that?
And we were more idle. We were more stupid to flip and buy them.
I haven't said that. In the summer, it was just ice pops.
Yeah.
Ice pops, ice poles, ice cream. So like, it was less chocolate.
Yeah.
Unless you had that little craving.
Let them melt off.
It was just in your hand. It's just like, oh God. Even what was the one that it doesn't melt? It melts in your mouth, but not in your hand. What was that one?
Minstrels.
They're good.
Even that melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Twix or Drifter, Stacks?
Leroy just reminded me, so you know when you said the chocolate melted in your hand, it was always a Kit Kat I'd have problems with, and then I get the foil, and I'd fold the foil around the bottom of the Kit Kat. I can eat it without getting the chocolate. I'm like, that memory just popped into my head just now.
It'd be melted when you get down to where your fingers were, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It'd just be wafer, melted chocolate was stuck in the packet.
Not good.
Kit Kat was the worst.
Twix or Drifter?
Sorry,
I'm gonna go Twix. I'm going Twix, even though I love Drifter, because I still eat Twix today.
Stacks?
I'm gonna go Drifter because like when I was little, like primary school little, it was always a Twix. Whenever my dad went out, I was like, "Can you bring back a Twix?" Because there's always, you know what I mean?
Two. Yeah.
And then as I got older, I just got well into Drifters and just kept battering Drifters.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go Drifter, but they're both
good, man.
Chris?
I'm pretty much the same. So you got to give it the Twix. Started off in '67, and Drifter didn't come around till literally 1980. But I prefer the wafer, like you say, at the right temperature. A Drifter was amazing, man.
It was.
I used to like the advert. Remember the advert? Did you catch my drift?
Yeah.
The tagline,
I do remember that. I think it was. And back in those days, wasn't the packet brown?
It was started off as brown, wasn't it? It's the blue packet that I remember from must have been the early '90s.
That everyone sticks out, innit? The graffiti,
I forgot about that. It was
started off as brown, yeah.
Sure, it was brown.
Yeah.
The graffiti writing.
Yeah, I used to love Drifter. There was like I loved wafer. I loved wafer stuff. So to mix wafer with caramel, and I don't know if I said this before, it felt like the chocolate equivalent to Dr. Pepper. It's just a taste.
You said that before.
That's just a taste.
Yeah.
That's just.
I get that.
You can't say it. It's just Drifter taste.
Yeah.
It's
like Galaxy taste. It's got that.
Just
you can't explain
quality.
It. Yeah, it's what Drifters were big.
Okay, so Leroy's the only one for Twix. Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that sorts that.
And then I get pelted with stones by the listeners.
Oh no, you weren't.
Because Twix is still a big chocolate.
For me, Twix was just a bit boring, and I'd always have to eat it where you eat the sort of the toffee bit off the top, get down to the.
Oh, so you eat it like that?
I
hated people that eat it like that, man.
Yeah, it used to make it last longer. And I think it was the biscuit bit that I didn't like. It's too plain. It's like just a bit of
It was
shortbread.
too plain, man. You had to eat Twix all on its own.
You remember all Twix is munchies not chopped up.
That's true. That's very true.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Now I'm just gonna have to go on my Cersei Game of Thrones walk of shame. Shame.
Do you know what penguins are? Are just chocolate covered bourbons.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bourbons.
Yeah. It's true.
Penguins were a condo.
Still like them though, they're nice.
We're getting out the chocolate zone and we're going to get to some music now. So Drifter wins that. So you get the drift of what we're doing now. It's
musical duos.
Next one is musical duos. There was loads of musical duos. Remember, this is going to continue into more episodes, but we thought we'd give this musical duo one a UK feel. 2 UK, female group versus male group. Both duos. Okay, let's go with the first one. The first one, they were respectable. We loved them. They had that Stockhaven and Waterman sound.
They used to get fresh at the weekend.
It is the wonderful, the amazing Mel and Kim. Okay.
Eye candy.
Yeah.
Amazing. So up against Mel and Kim, it's the other duo. It's the other pop duo, not produced by Stockhaven or Waterman. I don't know who they're produced by, but Last Christmas they gave you your heart. They had Club Tropicana drinks, and they had an amazing singer, which is George Michael, and that is Wham. It's like an 80s radio DJ. But yeah, so it's Mel and Kim. Mel and Kim versus Wham. Guys, what are you saying?
Well, I thought you was going to mention the We Papa Girl rappers, but okay, Mel and Kim will go too. So, listen, Mel and Kim were eye candy, man. The thing is, with Mel and Kim, I only knew 2 songs of theirs. This is where I've got to judge it. And Wham had, they had hit after hit after hit, man. Do you know what I mean? And if you knew Wham songs, you got the girls.
Which song was that would get you the girls? Careless Whisper. Is that the one?
Tropicana. Listen, last Christmas.
And the wham rap.
The wham rap. Listen.
I swear he's one of the first
He was
rappers.
one of the first rappers.
You know when tunes had singing and rapping.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had the first.
Him and Blondie.
Nah, he didn't. Blondie.
Blondie,
Yeah.
innit?
But in that style of a guy just rapping and then going into singing, like what say Drake does now, or what Bobby Brown used to do. I saw George Michael was the first to do it. The wham rap, and that was like 1980, what? 1984, something like that.
Yeah, probably, I'd say 82, 83 or something, 82.
Something like that.
Early.
But look, a load of hits, even though they had two females in the background, but hey, it's wham.
Pepsi and Shirley.
Oh
Pepsi my God. Eye candy.
Is that your word of the day, Leroy? Eye candy. Is that your word of the day?
Listen, on Sesame Street, the word was eye
candy.
And the numbers 6 and 9.
Yeah, innit?
Listen,
but no, I love both groups. Sadly, one of the members of Merlin Kid passed away.
Age of 23, man. Yeah, 23.
Sorry?
Sad, man. She's 23, 99.
Melanie. Yeah.
And then Kim done a solo joint.
Yeah.
Which wasn't all that. I'm sorry.
I don't remember
Kim.
that. No.
Yep.
I do.
But you know that also George Michael did a solo joint as well. He had quite an interesting career after that, if you didn't know.
Bloody hell, freedom. You gotta have faith. Listen, he went. Dave,
The Leroy Mega Mix.
Proper George Michael fan we got here.
Listen, George, man, he could get the ladies, man.
True. Growing up in the 80s, you couldn't avoid Wham or George Michael, could you, man? It was on every radio station, and
yeah.
you know, it was yeah, he was a huge talent, man. Shame both of these, you know, both of them passed away.
Exactly. Both duos had a member that
that's
passed away, sadly. So.
Yeah.
Andrew, innit?
So
is Andrew still alive?
Andrew's still about, yeah. He's
what are you talking about?
George.
What planet are you?
No, George
Michael died.
Yeah, George.
Yes, and see how quick
here.
he was to say Andrew. Wow.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, because he died, didn't he? He passed away.
Wow, Leroy's confident, you know. If he's on a game show, he would have pressed that button. Andrew,
He would have lost it all.
member died? Andrew.
He'd have lost it all, mate. The whole lot.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Final question, Leroy. Yeah. Final answer,
Are you
Leroy.
sure,
Final
Leroy?
answer.
You sure?
Sure.
I'm not phoning a friend. I'm not phoning
It's
Stacks.
definitely Andrew.
And I'm not asking the audience. It's definitely Andrew.
You're going home with nothing.
Wow.
You know the first question.
No, the easy questions. The easy questions, isn't it?
For £100.
£100.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Wow. Leroy. So what we
It
were
was a
saying,
Freudian slip. It was a Freudian slip.
that's what you saying.
I'm going to go for Mel and Kim.
Okay, respectable.
Purely because...
Why?
Purely because
I can
at
do.
that time, that was the genre of music I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear Wham. I didn't
No,
want to hear
same.
George Michael.
Yeah,
I didn't want
same.
none of that. So that's
Well,
what
I
I'm
mean,
going, Mel and Kim.
They were both pop. They were the same genre.
Yeah, but Mel and Kim had just that little bit of groove
They
that
were- yeah, I agree with it. There was a little bit
I
of
kind
something.
of like...
At the weekend.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah, I
bit.
hear what you're saying.
And then-
Stacks. I
and
hear what
then-
you're saying.
It was a bit cooler to listen to Mel and Kim than it was Wham
Yeah.
for guys at school, whatever, that sort of.
And then you got Leroy's word of the day. I can do.
Eye candy, man. Oh, said in Homer Simpson fashion. Eye candy.
Well,
Oh.
whilst drooling.
Chris, who is it for you? Is it
Wow.
Mel and Kim for you as well?
No, well, see, I'm a bit like what
No,
Stacks
he
is
was
saying.
Wham.
I definitely, at the time, I preferred the couple 2-3 hits that Mel and Kim had. I did prefer them over Wham, but maybe by the end of the 90s, end of the 80s, early 90s, I'm realising how big Wham and how wicked George Michael was. So I want to give it to Wham, but I wasn't a Wham fan back that
I wasn't
early
a
on.
Wham
Yeah, but
I
hold
couldn't
on.
stand them when I
Hold
was a
on,
kid.
Christopher. You even said you had that comb that flicked out. You know the
I
knife
didn't
comb
follow them, yeah.
that flicked out.
didn't know
And I
that.
know you had the leather jacket like George, and you was combing your hair back like George.
That was more after the Fonz.
But remember, Leroy, he also wear leg warmers like Mel and Kim did. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say that as well. No,
But
that
he
was
was supporting
Flashdance
both.
that was Flashdance inspired.
Breakdance inspired, but yeah.
They got you in a corner, Chris.
Yeah, man. Listen, so he's done then.
That is such a hard one, man, because of like I did like Mel and Kim at the time, but I'm gonna go Wham, man. Wham. If we're saying which is the better duo, two duos versus, I'm going Wham. I like Wham.
Leroy?
Well, it's Wham all the way, man. Come on, you don't even have to ask him.
I'm going Wham. That's what I'm saying, man.
Wham, bam. Okay.
Well,
I'm going
Wake
for
me
Wham.
up
I'm going for Wham.
before you go.
I didn't like that song though. Every song you've sung, I've not liked.
Yeah.
Listen,
I
last
do like Wham,
Christmas.
but not the ones you're singing.
It's true.
It's horrible.
So I'm never gonna dance again.
No, let's not do it
Guilty
anymore.
feet have got no rhythm.
Isn't it? Bring on the Sandman. Take this guy off, man.
Hold on, I might mute him. Where's the mute button? Already ever had to do that once before.
Let this to the Scarlet pit. All right.
Listen, don't knock George, man.
Hey, look.
Deceased.
I agree. I'm
And
I'm
Andrew,
on
rest
Wham.
in peace.
I'm on Wham too. Okay, so we've done chocolate bars, we've done duo pop groups. Okay, so back in the days, not everybody. Atari came out, went. Inter television come out, went. So we went to the arcades and we played as much games as we could. Put loads of 10p's in our pockets and played these games. And these two particular games were like groundbreaking, because now you could play it and your mate could go, can I join in?
Yeah.
Like, this is the kind of game where you want a mate to join in.
Yeah,
Because playing it by yourself is like, nah, but it's better if you go top and I go down there and we pick up from bottles and smash some heads.
Yeah.
So the first one of its kind, you know, we had Ye Kung Fu, we had Bruce Lee, all these platform games, but now two people can do this.
And I know what it is.
And you could be Double Dragon. Okay?
Yeah.
You
So
could
we
be.
got
What?
Double
Oh
Dragon.
my God. Yeah.
But no, wait. As well
It
as
gets
Double,
worse.
as well as no, it gets better. Okay, as well as Double Dragon now. So do you remember Double Dragon was playing? We loved that, but then we loved Street Fighter. Street Fighter did come out right, but you're not playing together, are you? It's one-on-one. It's bigger characters. It looked great. But out of Street Fighter, Capcom said, you know what? We're going to try the Double Dragon route. And we're going to let people play 2 players. You know what? We could even do 3 players on this game. I'm going to give them Street Fighter kind of skills. One could be a wrestler. One could be like Ryan. One could be like Ken. And that is Final Fight.
Ooh, wow. Jesus.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, is Double Dragon versus Final Fight.
Oh, everybody out the pool. Jesus.
Double Dragon's the original, man. That's the one that came.
Yeah, I remember Double Dragon being 10p, Final Fight being 20p, because it was a bit more.
Yeah, it was a couple of years later as well.
Ooh, wow. I remember after school, mate.
10p Double Dragon.
After school,
Right.
both of those games were heavyweight.
Arcade Kung Fu classics.
Yeah.
That's actually really a tough choice.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know.
Double
tough one.
Dragon versus Final Fight.
Actually,
man.
a really, really tough choice.
Okay, Chris.
Wow.
Chris looks like he knows what he wants.
Oh.
Chris, Double Dragon or Final Fight?
Ooh, I've got to give it to Double Dragon. It was the original.
He sound like a
1987.
car started.
Wow. Yes, it's a tough
Like
one.
a car started and shaking.
I enjoyed both of them. I did enjoy both of them, man. But because Double Dragon was the original, Billy and Jimmy Lee,
Is that their names?
them two characters. Yeah, Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Didn't know
Are they
that.
brothers?
Yeah, twin brothers, Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Did you not know that they were brothers? Double Dragon.
No.
I knew they were
I
brothers,
didn't.
but I didn't know their names. Yeah, Billy.
And they're twins.
Yeah, twin brothers, Billy and Jimmy Lee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never
Make
knew
a
that.
movie. They make
They
a
did-
Double Dragon movie.
I think they did make a very low budget movie.
Yeah, they
At
did.
some
There,
stage.
there was something.
And they've got like 4 versions of it now, isn't there?
Yeah, there's loads of Double Dragon ones now. So yeah, I got to give it to them. For me, that's the original 1987. Seeing that in the shop or arcades when they come in the fair or whatever, that was the machine to be playing. Final Fight coming a couple of years later, and like you said, it was a spin-off to Street Fighter, and it was set in meant to be in the same metro city, the same area as what Street Fighter was set in as well. And the characters in that were Hagar, Cody, and Guy.
Yep, the wrestler.
There you go. Yeah.
And did you know, like we all know, Robin Williams named his daughter after a character from a computer game, Zelda.
Wasn't it Zelda?
He named his son Cody out of this game. They say.
Really?
That's it.
Yeah.
You're joking?
Yeah, he loved his games, man.
He loved his arcade games, didn't he?
Games. Now, for me, so
Yeah,
I
Nanu.
love Double Dragon, man. I can't say how many 10p's got put in that, man.
Yeah. Double Dragon was heavyweight.
Hold on, can I throw in a new challenger?
If it's a double.
Here comes a new challenger.
What about Renegade?
That wasn't on the arcade.
It wasn't on the arcade.
No, that was a computer game.
Go
to the back of the queue, Stacks. So.
Yeah.
Cersei Walker, shame. Shame. Shame.
About my head is shame.
To the back at queue. I saw Chris's face as looked confused. Chris's face at like question marks.
First of all, what I thought of was, the one where the King Kong went up the building and snatched someone. And
that's Rampage.
Yeah, that's what I thought of as soon as you said it. I was like, hey, that's
Now Renegade is like Double Dragon.
Yeah. And then they made Target Renegade.
Renegade, yeah. Renegade was right.
Okay, Chris, just cut that bit out of the podcast.
It's staying in.
That's staying in. That's staying in.
Chris, cut it, Chris. You know what? I'll cut it myself.
Leroy, what is it for you? Final Fight or Double Dragon?
You know what? Like, I could just remember, like I said, coming home from primary school, going into the chip shop, and both of these games being rinsed.
People would queue up.
Oh my God, Double Dragon. I was in awe of this game. But I got to just give it to Final Fight through gritted teeth.
Yeah.
Because Final Fight just had
it had
it
that.
Just had
it was a step. It was a step
X
up.
Factor. It was a step
It was
up.
Capcom,
And that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what it was for me. Final Fight just had other things, when you could just pick up tools, start smashing and
just mashing.
Oh my God. It was insane.
Yeah. You could do that in Double Dragon too, but there was something more violent in Final Fight because
Final Fight.
The characters look clearer, more detailed now.
Yeah, the graphics are better.
That couple of years helped them.
When they made the growling sounds and it just I think Final Fight for me.
You remember that move Hager could do? Good, and he would spin with his arms out, and it just tornado kind of like move. Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, that was a good beat 'em up, man.
Yeah, Final Fight.
That's one for Final
And I love like you said, Darren, just to point out, I love just working together, having a partner. So, you know what I mean? I'll take this, these guys, and you take that guy. Yeah, man.
You take the hookers, I'll take the crackheads. That was remember, every villain was like a hooker or a drug addict or
pimp or
a
something.
punk. Every stereotype just coming at you.
Yeah, and another point as well, because when you used to go to the arcades and you had to wait for your turn, your turn, but this time, two of you can go. Rather than waiting, and if this guy's good at the game, single platform game, you're like,
be there for ages. Two-player games will
be there for ages.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing about Final Fight for me and Double Dragon more is that I kind of like played Double Dragon only in the chip shops. If it's in the arcade, I'm not playing it because there's Outrun, there's Space Out, there's other games.
There's so many varieties.
But Double Dragon is more.
It's your local game.
It's more local. These games are seasonal. That's when the fun fair comes. So I got to get into these games. But I know I can play Double Dragon all year round in the chip shop.
Rolling Thunder, Double Dragon, they're local, innit? You got a video shop, you got a
they're
something
local.
that's got ones.
You're right.
Yeah, that would have that. And Final Fight became that too because Street Fighter became a chip cabbie shop.
Yes,
game,
it's true.
So did Final Fight became it too. So they're both good, but for nostalgia, Double Dragon was it was the game to play.
Game changer, man.
It was the game changer.
It was
the final boss kind of game. And for that, I have to pick up Bruce Lee because he created that whole fight the final boss thing. Game of Death.
Yeah.
That film set the standard for every game to fight a boss, a boss. If anyone doesn't notice that, check it out. Check out Game of Death, and you'll see
Game of Death.
You'll see computer game. This is where it all comes from. Facts. But I'm going Final Fight just for the brightness of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a draw.
Double
Dragon,
Final Fight, man. But
I'm gonna oppose that, and I'm gonna go Double Dragon, only because I probably played it more, and not so much on arcade, but on the computer. Because I didn't go arcade as much as you lot did. But like Double Dragon, that game.
Double Dragon was heavyweight.
They're both big games. They're both big games. But yeah, Double Dragon captured me for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Even Game Boy had a version of Double Dragon, I remember.
Yeah. Double Dragon was.
But Final Fight's a big, like you say, it's that Street Fighter. Because when Street Fighter 1 came out, I was like, damn.
Exactly.
Wasn't Final Fight on the Mega Drive as well? Did it go on to
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Just those bigger characters, man. Just
bigger, like
the
you
same
said,
moves.
bigger, more colourful, more detailed.
Yeah, it's just more detailed.
It was like how Disneyfy things. That was Capcom it, if you know.
Capcom 5 thing. And then you had like games like Dragon Ninja and just so many other
Shinobi, but the double ups. Yeah, you're right.
But this was.
I forgot about Shinobi. You know,
these were the king of the double ups.
Shinobi was a big game.
Yeah. All right. So is it three of us? Final Fight, one of us.
Yeah.
Double Dragon.
I thought I'd break it up a bit.
No, I went Double Dragon. Double Dragon as well. That's a draw. It was 2-2.
Oh, it's a draw.
Okay,
it's a draw.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. So we've been through our chocolate bars, we've been through our pop groups, and we've been through some arcade games. And they're all duos. That's the pattern. They're all duos. So our next lot of duos are from the world of cartoons. Now, you know, cartoon beefs. Every hero had an arch villain, and these two, we could have said more. Remember, they are going to be more episodes, but we're going to kick off with these two. These two are very popular in the world of action 80s cartoons. So let's start the cartoon beef. The first two we have up, they are both from the planet Cybertron, and they both came to planet Earth. One had an ulterior motive, one wanted to save Earth, and that is Optimus Prime and Megatron of the Transformers. Two arch enemies. They've got a film coming out with them today, later on this year, isn't it? When they were teenagers, like American Pie, Transformers.
Oh yeah.
Transformers 1.
Crazy. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
It looks interesting. Anyway, so up against Megatron versus Optimus P, we have, you know, these two guys from the same planet as well, but one wants to rule the Castle Grayskull, but one has the power of Castle Grayskull. They're both from Eternia. It is He-Man versus Skeletor, the bony-faced henchman. So, who is it, guys?
That's actually a difficult one.
Is it the bony-faced henchman and the blonde-haired tanned guy? Or is it Optimus P and Megatron, who now turns into a tank? Where is it, guys? Who is it?
Ooh, this is very, very hard as well.
Yeah.
This is temple scratching, man.
See, I'm not a big fan of He-Man himself.
Okay.
I like Skeletor though.
Okay, yeah, but look at them as a duo. Like,
and as a cartoon. Remember, like if we were talking
toys,
as a duo, are they compatible hero and villain? Do they?
Yeah, they were.
They
were, but so do Optimus Prime and Megatron,
and that's why they're here.
This is the thing. This is very, very hard.
They are here. You know, they are against each other.
Man, and I like both cartoons.
Like both.
The same.
Both are really prominent. Like, and guys out there, I hope you saw our testing of the wonderful Optimus Prime. Thanks to Robertson for letting us test out Optimus Prime when we did back then. There's also a Megatron out now from the.
There's a Megatron out there,
and there's also the really Dinobots they got, and they got Bumblebee.
Dinobots.
So it would be good to put Megatron and Prime together, see if they interact and really kick off. You know what AI's gone now? They might actually fight in your house. Like you might need to program them. They might kick off. Imagine you're sleeping and Megatron and Optimus Prime started kicking off.
They come across each other.
And mashing up your yard.
You had like explosions from the tank and Optimus Prime rolling into him.
Like that Small Soldiers thing was, you know, at night.
Small Soldiers, isn't it? That movie.
That'd be wicked.
But okay, so Megatron and Optimus Prime versus He-Man and Skeletor.
You know why it's difficult? Because as much as, like Leroy said, both of them like were watched back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But even as like recent as like the last 2-3 years on Netflix, you've had Transformers and you've had He-Man, and I've watched both of them and been entertained fully by both of them.
As toys, as really cartoons, as not movies, because Masters of the Universe Oh my god,
Yeah.
terrible.
But the Netflix series is wicked.
Yeah, this is hard, man.
Well, that's the whole point
Really
where they're
hard.
competing against each other. Why are we going to make it easy? It's not like
Yeah, I didn't say
it's
to
not-
make it
it's not-
easy.
It's not like
I'm just
asking a
telling
question
you.
about Wham, is it? It's a simple question. It's not like
No, it's not.
deciding Wham.
It's not as easy. It's not as easy as that.
Chris.
I'm gonna phone a friend. on this
Phone
one.
a friend. You phone a friend. Chris, who are you saying?
Mate, I'm just going like if it was on toys, for me it'd be easy. Transformers, because they were a lot more interactive. You could transform them. Like you say, the only bad thing, they didn't transform themselves, but they do nowadays.
But
so
now they do.
now they do, yeah.
Available from Robertson for
Them
the
ones
price
are
of your
wicked.
arm and a leg. But check out the
Collectors, they're
website
worth getting, yeah.
and try and do a deal with them, like because these robots are amazing. The
they're
things that
worth
they can do is bananas. Check
They
them
were
out,
what we
guys.
wanted back in them days. But even in
Yeah.
them days, what a Transformer did, because you were getting sort of a robot and a toy. And I used to play with them in the toy form quite a lot with
Yeah.
your big dinky car or your big Matchbox
Yeah.
car that was sort of
Yeah.
the same size.
Yeah.
So if we were talking toys, but cartoons,
It's-
like you say, I watched them
it's,
both.
It's true.
It's
true.
it's the cartoons we're going on, isn't it?
yeah, it's cartoons we're going on.
No. What we can go on duos, but it's duos. So okay. So I'll ask you guys this question: if you was a kid and there was Optimus Prime and Megatron to buy, or Skeletor and He-Man set, and your parents said, which ones do
Optimus
you want to
Prime,
take home
Megatron.
as toys?
Going Optimus and Megatron.
What are you taking
all day.
home? Is that the duo you're taking home?
Yeah.
Leroy?
I'm still phoning a friend.
Your friend ain't picking up though.
Yeah, I did love the He-Man figures, but they got a little bit boring, and you end up using them as bad guys for your 18 figures. They got that boring.
Yeah,
but I did like all the bad guys you could get, but I just couldn't afford to have the ones you wanted because there were so many of them.
Yeah, because
Transformers were better as a toy.
yeah,
They were
Well,
expensive,
I
though.
liked both because He-Man.
Yeah,
come with
both
Skeletor.
was good.
You could buy.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, you could get the duo.
Argos
Yeah.
sold a duo of
Yeah,
Skeletor and He-Man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this is amazing. You don't want
Yeah.
He-Man on his top, but you're always going to buy the hero first, didn't you?
Yeah, I got him and Battle Cat in a pack. The first one I got.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah?
you got
They
that.
come
I
together.
remember
You were
got that.
lucky, man.
I remember you got
Crin-
that, man.
The Cringer and Battle Cat. Yeah,
Or you could get Skeletor with Panther
with the
or whatever
purpley
he
one.
had.
Yeah. That was it.
I remember that. Toy Cave had that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Toy Cave.
Good old
Best,
Toy
Toy
Cave.
Cave.
best toy shop
Wicked. The
around.
best
Pick up
toys.
Toy
man.
Cave. So guys, yeah. So okay. So the toys were all. Leroy's still on the line, waiting for his friend to pick up the phone.
I'm
Yeah.
going Optimus Prime and Megatron now. If we're
Yeah,
talking
Optimus Prime, Megatron.
the best
as
duo,
toys. So as a cartoon duo now.
probably going to go them as well.
Yeah.
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 Leroy, has your friend picked up?
Okay, you know what? Flash told me I should go with Optimus Prime and Megatron, simply because He-Man fights were one-sided. It was one-sided.
It
Let's
was
be honest.
one-sided, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where Megatron used to get the better of Prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
From
he
time
did,
to
he did.
time.
He didn't get a fist in though. From Fisto.
Fisto.
And he was more. Megatron was more dominating, more domineering for me in the cartoons. Where Skeletor was busting too much joke at times.
He was a bit annoying at times. His voice
He was a bit
was
annoying.
annoying. His jokes
Do you
were
know what I mean?
corny. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I get it.
Yeah. Flash told me when I phoned Flash, he told me to go for Optimus Prime and Megatron.
All right, yeah.
So that's my only one lifeline.
Where
I
would
phoned
you
a
go?
friend.
Where would you go, D?
I'd probably go for them two because their beef is more real. Like it
Yeah.
came through more on screen.
Yeah, he came
He-Man
through
and
more, man.
Skeletor were like, yeah, they
It
were
was
like,
one-sided,
You always,
man.
yeah,
they were
one
like
so you always knew the
pantomime.
outcome.
They were like
yeah.
pantomime.
It was pantomime.
It was true.
Pantomime.
True.
And it was like-
Entertaining, but pantomime.
yeah, they were like,
Do you know what I mean?
They went to the same gym, had the same,
Yeah, same
Build.
build, isn't it?
but one just had a bony face. One
Yeah.
could crack.
It's true though. It's true, man. And some
So,
of
yeah.
them
Muscly
wear
skeleton.
their wardrobe wasn't really, you know what I mean?
Very pants. So are we all saying?
Yeah.
That's unanimous.
We all
Optimus
say
Prime,
definitely.
Megatron.
unanimous.
What I like
Oh.
as well, a little event that happened not long ago as well. In March last year, Optimus
Mm.
Prime received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, just for the most,
Oh, really?
outstanding
Oh,
cartoon character, which I thought that's quite
Wicked.
cool. Getting a award.
thank you. I like
to
thank Bumblebee.
And all the drugs.
Family and friends.
Autobots.
Roll out.
All right, so
My wife. My agent.
ATL.
all right,
ATL.
listen,
What was his acceptance speech?
it's done. Okay, so guys, if you want your own Optimus Prime or Megatron, go to the Robertson website and you'll see them all there. And
Check out our video on YouTube though.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, you'll see 4 cool guys.
Check out the video on YouTube as well. Cool.
Exactly. And then,
Right.
you've got DL doing press ups with Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime working out. See? not with He-Man. So we got our last duo. Our last duo of the episode. Because you know what? I'm looking at the list now, guys. Leo and Stacks and Chris. And I can see part 2 of my face, and there's some exciting ones right here that I'm looking at. And I want to say them, but we've got to wait for next time. So our last one of the show. Okay, so we're going to comedy. We're going comedy.
Comic duos.
We're going to
At long last.
comic duos. But you know, there's tiers. There's levels, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's like 2 Ronnies, Morecambe and Wise, and then you go down.
Cannon and Ball.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. I was
And then
waiting
you
for
go
Canada
down,
to fall,
right? And then you go
The
down.
Lenny Bennett range.
Lenny Bennett was jokes.
We're in the B-Jam
Large.
range now. The B-Jam range,
B-Jam
okay?
range.
The Safeway range, okay? So let's go. The Lipton range, let's go.
The Crankies.
In it.
The
So-
Chuckle Brothers.
These two were both for them. I think one was on ITV and one was on BBC. And the first lot we're going to say, I'm sure they're BBC. They're always on Blankety Blank. One of them was on Blankety Blank. So these guys used to be Popeye and Olive. They used to be
That's
so
what I
many other
remember.
different
That's what I
characters. Yeah.
remember, yeah.
One was so thick glasses, and one was that big curly hair. And that is Little and Large.
Little
okay?
and Large.
Little
Oh,
and
my
Large.
days.
And
Sid
Large.
Little.
Bloody
Classic
hell.
Sid Little and Eddie
Did
Large.
Little and Eddie Large, yeah.
B-Jam
Wow.
comedy. So
That is a
Sid was like the
blast.
straight man, and I
Yes.
whenever I hear them, I imagine him standing there and next to him Eddie, but doing, like you say, doing Fred Flintstone, Deputy Dog,
yeah,
Popeye, Woody
Yeah.
Woodpecker. It was all cartoon
yeah,
like, impressions.
and that's what's good because it
That was what
relates to
was
a
good.
kid.
Yeah, I
Like,
loved
it was
it.
pop
I
culture
loved
to
it.
me.
It was wicked.
I know those guys were doing it. That was
Yeah.
that was my
It was
thing.
wicked.
They were like a UK poor man's Lauren and Hardy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Up
definitely.
against the UK poor man's Lauren and
Definitely.
Hardy. We have are these guys even lower? But I want you guys to tell me. You guys decide. And you know who's up against them because you've been saying their name since I said comedy duos, and that is
Tommy Cannon and Bobby Ball.
Tommy
yeah.
Cannon and
Ooh,
Bobby.
These guys are big.
Wow.
I'd
Love
say.
Cannon. I used
Now-
to love Cannon and Ball.
Yeah.
For me, the difference between them two is like the trump card is Rock on Tommy. He had a
Yeah.
catchphrase.
Yeah.
There was a
Rock
catch,
on Tommy.
And the braces.
and it made you just want to wear braces just
Did,
to do that.
Just to do a rock on Tommy, innit? Yeah.
Just for that.
Come on, Tommy.
There was
Real
no
though.
other reason I wanted braces.
Just
I
to
just
do
wanted
rock
to do
on
Rock
Tommy.
on Tommy. You know what I mean? So he was inspirational. So guys, who is it?
Hey, Cannon and Ball all day, mate.
Cannon and Ball.
I used to love
all
that. Little
day
Large were
long,
cool.
man.
Little and Large were cool.
But then
Yeah.
Cannon and Ball, if you're saying Little and Large was Laurel and Hardy, Cannon and Ball remind me of Abbott and Costello.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yes.
can say that. Yeah.
And you know
They
what?
reminded me
I
of them.
loved Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, you can say that.
Loved watching those movies. Those movies gave me bare jokes.
You can say
Yeah.
that. You can say that.
Um,
But who is it? Who
Yeah.
is it for you?
It's
Cannon and Ball all
man.
day long, man.
All day.
Chris?
I'm thinking, I love
No.
Eddie doing
No.
them impressions were wicked, but I've got to go Cannon and Ball because probably this is one of the first theatre or concert acts I ever went to. I was probably about 8 or
really?
9. I went to see him.
Pantomime?
Yeah, it was either this or I remember seeing Michael Crawford as well
Cool.
in Barnum. It was around the same times when I saw him. It wasn't a pantomime, it was a live show. It was a recording of a live show.
Okay.
But yeah, both of these duos, they came through from Opportunity Knocks in the 70s. Remember that old
Yeah.
the old
Yeah.
thingy show? They came through from that, and I love Cannon and Ball, man. If you remember as well, do you remember Rock on Tommy was a comic strip in Looking? There was a whole page
Yes,
comic
yes,
strip, and it was
yes.
called Rock on Tommy.
Yes.
And it was like their little adventures. I used to love reading that, and I liked the Boys in Blue film, which
They had
I
a
know
movie as well,
Yeah,
didn't
a
they?
really
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
movie, but I like
You know
that,
what?
the two policemen.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up
you remember the trailer for it?
Yeah. The trailer made me want to see it, and because it was Cannon and Ball. I love Cannon.
See
and Ball.
that Boys in Blue film? I think possibly that was the first film I saw in the cinema, because I think my mum took me to see it, and I loved that film.
And I got a feeling it might have been filmed locally to where we lived, like around that part of where we lived.
But that was the time, you know that time. That was the time when a few comedians were making movies, because as well as their movie, you had Condor Man, which was
Michael Crawford.
Michael Crawford, and then you had Morons from Outer Space, which was Mel and Smith.
Yeah.
Smith and Jones.
Smith and Jones. Morons from Outer Space.
So there was duos, and then Lenny Henry had True Identity when he went to America. Yeah, and he had Disguises.
I've got that on video.
It was all like one-off films these were doing,
just
wasn't they?
One-off. UK comedians are just making one-off films. You remember that?
Yeah. I've still got that on video.
You've still got that?
Identity.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's a poor
I used to
film.
rinse that film.
That is a poor film.
Beverly Hills Cop for that. Let's go back. You've got that on video, but you don't like Beverly Hills Cop.
Listen, you've already roasted me for Andrew Deceased.
The disrespect.
I don't need to be roasted.
Are you not hearing this disrespect?
Beverly Hills Cop.
He's got it on video still, but doesn't like Beverly Hills Cop.
That is too funny.
Wow. Listen.
True.
I'm gonna take Andrew Deceased for today. You can roast me about Beverly Hills Cop another day.
Wow.
We must say as well, Deceit. Both of these duos have both lost half of their double act, and they both in 2020, both from COVID, which sad, man.
May they rest in
eternal Chris, peace. When you said Boys in Blue, you really brought me back.
Yeah, that's what's the trailer.
I must have been like 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah,
I remember the trailer. I remember like Hemmelman at one showing it on TV, like before they get interviewed and stuff. Yeah. And
Barry Norman must have had that in it. He must have had that.
Of course he did.
It got slated.
Cross-legged with 2 stars.
So bad,
yeah, it was
really.
Because it was Cannon and Ball, we liked it, and so it didn't matter what they did.
As long as they done Rock on Tommy in it,
exactly.
We're liking it.
So, but I think I saw it about 5 years ago, and it was just like,
I couldn't imagine.
It's a hard watch, isn't it?
It's a hard watch.
It's a hard watch now.
It's a hard watch.
Very slow moving.
Don't spoil it. Don't watch it. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Don't watch it again. And throw away your DVD of True Identity. Video.
No, I'm not. A video.
I can't remember how that went. I vaguely remember the video, but I don't remember.
It's poor. True Identity is a poor film. And I'm being nice.
Yeah.
True Identity is
Leroy,
a good film, man.
You don't even. I was about to say, Leroy, don't do it to yourself.
Just stay silent.
I'm standing 10 toes down.
I'm gonna watch a bit on YouTube, see what it's like.
I'm standing 10 toes down.
Oh shit!
True Identity versus Beverly Hills Cop.
That wraps up our 5. You're killing stacks now.
Duos. Drifter, Wham. We got a draw with Final Fight and Double Dragon. Megatron and Optimus Prime won that one, and Cannon Ball finish it off.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, the episode before this was 80s sports. This episode was 80s duos. We'll keep you guessing on what is going to be next. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's been a laugh.
Yeah, man. Brothers in arms, man. Brothers in arms are back.
Yeah, and we won't be gone too soon.
Exactly. We won't be deceased like Andrew.
Yeah,
it back. Yeah. All right, so.
Yeah. So I'm never gonna dance again.
Mute him, Stacks.
Yeah, for real. Because how you've bloody sung that song is, I can't. Chris, mute him.
It's hard.
Wake me up before you go.
Chris,
everyone's gonna be singing these for the rest of the night now.
No, they won't be.
Listen,
I gotta put another tune on so I can get it out.
Listen to this podcast.
Those songs got me hugged with the older girls, man. It got me in with the older girls.
What, singing to them?
Yeah, but you were like 6'2" at the age of 8.
When they were playing Wham and doing dance moves, I was there, little Leroy.
You weren't little. Why are you lying?
You weren't little
Leroy.
You were 6'8" at 5 years old.
The older girls who used to love Wham, I used to be in the room and they used
to. Someone's dad's come to pick them up. Who?
No.
How'd you unmute? How'd you unmute? Who's muted him?
I haven't. You're the only one that can mute him. Chris muted you.
He muted himself, I think. Did you mute yourself?
I'm gonna give you a song that both Chris and Darren will know, and you ain't gonna mute me. Red, red, what a lovely colour. Red, red.
See you later, man.
So
See you later.
And
Cheery. Yeah.
Red.
They're bringing back traumatic times for them. Man. They ain't happy memories.
Anyway, until next time, guys. We love you all. See you later, guys.
Peace.
Peace out.
next time. Peace.